Good evening to everyone here.
Good evening.
Okay. So this is not our first meeting, so I believe we are pretty used to a couple of things. The last meeting we had, we discussed about our tax and all of that, and we did a basic introduction of ourselves. So, however, today we are going to be discussing generally about MMM and its ideology. Now, first off, I want to give you guys a breakdown of the evolution of MMM, and afterwards we'll run through our tags, and then I'll give you business presentation, which we would start on individually till we're able to be a group to get you all prepared individually. If you don't mute your mic, I'm going to kick you out of the meeting. Odun, mute your mic. Okay, so now as we know, MMM basically is a community of people based on mutual aid and donation exchange. Now, the idea is it's just basically a platform that connects those who need help to those who are ready to provide the help. So, say you have 1,000 naira, which you're not going to be using in a month. That's what I would call spare money when you know you don't need it in a while. So, I am ready to give it out to someone who needs it and I get rewards for it. Now, as I told you guys earlier the other day, I told you that you're not investing in MMM, you're actually providing help. So you don't get interest, but you get rewards. So please, let's really take note of that because it's very, very important. So now, the purpose of MMM is actually to make financial relations between people really fair because it's been noted that in this world of social slavery, where financial slavery, where we are, the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. So that's why Segi Maverick came up with a platform to help create financial balance whereby nobody is actually king and nobody is lords and all of that. So MMM began in 1989 as far back as then, and then it was a Moscow cooperative, and MMM was actually registered. Now the company was on up till 1991. Basically, what they did was actually computer and office equipment sales, but directly um, so the business was really successful and all of that. And then in October 20th, 1992, MMM was registered as a joint stock company. And then in February 1st, 1994, MMM began to sell its shares and people began to buy them with great enthusiasm. So now the rate of growth was about 100% back then. Now, and the idea was you buy today, definitely tomorrow the interest would have grown a lot more. So it was like hot cake. Then the ticket was sold at thousands of points, and people really rushed it. However, so as we know, I believe we have gone through day two tax, which is evolution of MMM. We have read how it moved from the company that was into sales of computer equipment to the joint stock generation SG in 2000 with MMM 2011 and the Stallion of Stability, which came up with the MMM 2012, and we have it going till date. Now, basically, the the fact I want to point out is to expatiate on the pause mode, the restart mode. Now, I don't know if some of you know, although I know a couple of you have been through the guidance school before, so you actually know many of these things. Now, as you know, it's always said that MMM cannot just crash. It's not just one website made by one very somebody. It's it's cloud based, as I was telling someone who wrote on a SWOT analysis. MMM website is cloud based, so there's no kind of attack that would want to hack into the system and just destroy everything because it's stored on cloud. So no matter what goes on, every data is saved. So that is that. So hence the reason why they say on MMM you cannot lose your money, just like what is going on now. I believe a couple of you know what's going on already with Marvels being slim fit and all of that. So basically we have strategies that have been put in place from the pause mode to the restart mode. Now, a pause mode is a process where, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, put a plus so I know you can hear me. Use the chat box and put a plus. Okay, so, a couple of you are saying you can't join the meeting. So if you can't join the meeting, you can watch on YouTube. I'll drop the YouTube link now for you. You should watch on YouTube if you can't join the meeting. Hold on, please. Let me drop the link for you. Okay, so that's the YouTube link I just dropped down below. So you can watch from there. Okay, good. So you can watch from there if you don't get, so you're not able to. The Hangouts can take only 10 people. Sorry, 9, myself inclusive, 10. So as I was saying, now the pause mode that comes up when things have gone way haywire. So basically, what happens is, as I said earlier, you can't lose your money, your initial capital, as said. So basically, what happens is the growth stops, and then a period of 2.5 months is actually set aside for you to at least regain back your money in that period. Now, no, it's not exactly what happened in Nigeria, but then let me use that as a slight instance. Looking at what happened, or rather what is happening, we all know about the 2016 saga and all of that. But now things are better because they're trying to slim fit the Marvel, returning it back to your original capital and your 30% growth, as against all the growth, that the excess growth from January to this present moment. Because a lot of people were like, I know many of you were like, where are they going to see the money, or how are they going to pay people this and that and that. So that's the idea of cutting it down to about 200%, leaving the original amount that should have been there. And then by the time you PH, it's going to be PH to GH your 2016. So you're going to have two different options. Either you PH on a fresh start using the 2017 Marvel department, or you use the 2016 Marvel depth, which that way you're going to get about 50% growth, 20% of your previous Marvels, and 30% of your present Marvel growth. So there's so much in for MMM. It's just about us making it sustainable for ourselves. Of course, Mavericks is not going to come down from Russia and make this work, it has to you and I. It has to start from us encouraging our downlines. But before we can encourage our downlines, of course, it has to do with a personal thing. You can't give what you don't have. So you have to first of all believe in the ideology before you can even preach it to someone else. So that's the thing. And basically, if you have the right ideology about MMM, come what may, you would still stand by it, irrespective of what goes wrong. Because you know, number one, you can't lose your money. Number two, it was a donation you gave out to somebody. So it's just take it to say you're giving somebody. That's why we should learn to use our spare money. And as well, panic is a very very big threat to not just MMA but every every peer-to-peer system. The moment you hear thing is happening, you get scared and you start transferring news and boom, the system shakes. So let's try as much as possible to avoid creating panic for ourselves. If we can remember, that was basically what shook MFM 2016 around December 13th. That was the generation of everything because the media was number one carrying a certain news that the MMM was going to crash come December 14th. And that changed the whole other thing because everybody was waiting for that 14th, which was the Tuesday. Everybody was waiting for that morning to actually judge. So you can imagine what will happen if everybody goes to GT Bank and says, "Oh yeah, give me my money, give me my money." You know that definitely the bank cannot pay everybody at the same time. So that's the thing. But we thank God MMM 2017 is back and even better. So that's that about the introduction of MMM. I believe we have read the evolution and also about the founder. So next up is talking about our tax. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, somebody is here saying it doesn't make sense. Now, as I told you guys earlier, it works on a first come, first serve basis. That's Google Hangout for you. So that's our way of knowing the very serious students who are ready. So if you want to attend the meeting, then you just have to come early. I told you guys the meeting was going to start 8 on the dot, and even as at 8:20, I had only 4 people in here. So if you know next time you want to attend the meeting live, then you try and be online early. It's not in my power to use go to meeting. This is automated school, not traditional school. You only use go to meeting in traditional school. You just have to. So let me give you guys a rundown of tax again because I didn't mark some work for a while now because I wanted to address the mistakes many of you make. I explained that in the previous meeting we had about sharing your documents. I even sent a video to your WhatsApp group on how to share and how to give access to your documents. Of course, I can't mark what I can't see. So you should learn. I think I would resend the video again. You should learn to always give access to your work so I will be able to mark. Um, as I explained to you guys, okay, let me start from SWOT. SWOT analysis basically is a form of tax that wants you to explain the strengths, the weakness, the opportunities, and the threats of MMM. Now, as I told you guys the other day, it is of MMM, not of the participants. not of yourself. It is the SWOT analysis of MMM. So when you are explaining, when you're giving your point, you have to give it in terms of the platform itself, not so has to be a SWOT analysis of the platform itself, not the participants. So as I told you guys, if you want to give strength, you just basically, it's something that is very easy. You just have to, you're participants of the community. You know what is, you know where the lagging strength. You know the basic issues that it's ongoing. You can't tell me the weakness of MMM is participants upload quickly. It doesn't work that way. The weakness of MMM is perhaps CRO doesn't respond on time to issues of fake POP and all of that. And that was back then. All those things that you work on now. I don't know if you had any fake POP issues, they are treated as urgent and almost immediately. So you just have to get your facts right. You can't give me something based on 2016 and expect me to accept that. It doesn't work that way. You have to give the analysis for 2017, then I can at least reason it. Then, so for your offline promo, now another problem I have with you guys, you don't read the instructions. You just read day two SWOT analysis and you just go and you just read boom. You don't read the instructions. Please learn to read the instructions. It's very, very important. Now the offline promo actually says you're going to be given $1,000 to create an offline event to promote MMM. And then someone comes and is writing one plenty long story. I don't get it. Now, basically, what it's asking you to do is write a budget. Tell me, how do you intend to spend $1,000? Are you going to get a hall? Are you going to pay for guest speaker? Are you going to rent speakers and refreshment and all of that? Now, is it a charity event? Are you going to a prison? Are you going to wherever? Is it a football charity or something? Basically, what I want to see is your name, your batch ID, your guest speaker, basic details. Now, what is your offline promo about? Give a brief explanation of what your offline promo is about. What do you want to achieve with this offline promo? That is what I want to see. Now, give me a breakdown of how you intend to spend the money. That's the thing. And it's very, very simple. Now, use between 320 to 350 for equivalent. And I want T-Bold Naira and dollar equivalent, as well as a not exaggerated price analysis, because I can't even imagine when somebody will tell me you want to hold a seminar of 50 people and you are renting a hall of 300,000. How come now? If it's your personal money, would you spend it like that? So please, the idea is for you to actually do your own research on how these things work. That's the idea. Now, I want to see a picture of your venue. I want to see Google map of that location. That's it. And your Bitcoin wallet address should be there. And that is that. Very simple. That's so ideology video now. I don't know. I can't remember what this guy's name is. NKU was really arguing with me on WhatsApp about the ideology video. Now, let me make it clear to you guys here. I am not the school authority. It's what the school authority says we should do, that we do as mentors. So you cannot be the one to dictate to the school authority what they should do. As I explained earlier, automated school is way different from traditional school. We should learn to actually blend with the trend, not compete. If you read the text, that's the thing about reading instructions. If you read instructions, it says use screencast-o-matic and show. Okay, it doesn't say show your face, but the marking prerequisite is that you should show your face. Also provide your slide and explain the ideology of MMM, how it works, the rules and benefits of MMM. This thing is very easy. Please, let's always learn to follow instructions. Now, how would you feel if after wasting your time and energy doing a video and you go and use the AZ screen recorder and then you do a video and upload it on YouTube and all of that, waste your data, your time, resources? It's really not cool, and at the end of the day, I mark your work wrong and you see me as a wicked person. But the instruction was clearly written there. Ever since you guys got into this school, I've been dropping that note as often as possible. A marking scheme. I've been dropping my marking scheme for you to actually understand what you need to do over and over and over again. For you guys to actually know what I need you to do. But yet, I don't know, someone still feels he knows better than me and this to use AZ screen recorder. So if I mark you wrong, please don't blame me. And the good thing about automated school is we are stuck together forever. If you like, don't do your tax and all of that, and you go and apply the next time. You cannot apply again. Like once you find up, this is going to be your batch forever. So there's no how you can be in another batch again. So you just have to do what is required of you to do, else I'll report it to school authority. It's getting way over me. So that is that. Let's try and follow instructions. Now, for your business game presentation, yes, someone was asking a question. How do you do the business game presentation? Basically, the business game presentation is, the idea is to groom you guys for teamwork, as well as is to encourage teamwork, as well as build you for challenges that possibly come up in so so it's a tax of 7. You have to work with that tax with your group and come up with possible resolutions, come up with results. That's what we have. So I'm going to drop the business game tax for you today, so you could start working on it individually, pending the time you get into your circles. I think by tomorrow, you all should be placed in circles. So once you're placed in the circle, you would then come up with a group with a circle presentation, a circle slide that explains all your resolutions from tax 1 to 7. And the day of presentation is going to come up where every one of you is going to pick it one by one. Google, that's why Google Hangout was chosen, because it can't take more than 10. And you're going to be 10 in your circle. So each person is actually going to present from 1 to 7. Pick a tax, each of you in the circle presents to exactly that you're going to do. Now, the 8th person is going to be the secretary, as he's going to take votes of the meeting, as well as be the one to compose or compile the presentation slide. The 9th person is going to be the group leader. So, and as I told you guys, business game presentation is very, very compulsory. And as a matter of fact, I am going. I don't mark feedback video until when you're doing your business game presentation. That's why I'm going to mark every one of your tasks before your business game presentation. So it is only those who participate in the business game presentation that are actually going to pass and get their certificate and be upgraded. So take note of that. That business game presentation is very, very important, and I will only mark while you're doing your presentation. I'll mark your feedback video while you're doing your presentation. So and as I said earlier, for your feedback video, you have to mention your circle name and your circle members. So you can as well wait until after the business game presentation to do your feedback video. It's very, very compulsory. So basically, that is that. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, hello.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Hello, ma. Hello, can you hear me, ma? I have a question. Hello, ma. Hello, hello, ma. I have a question to ask. Hello. Hello, ma. I have a question to ask you.
Get close to your mic. Your mic.
My mic.
If you're trying to talk, get close to your mic. You're far from your mic. Do you have any question?
Yes, concerning my SWOT analysis, I'm dancing the progression.
You're trying to do what?
Concerning my SWOT analysis, you sent me a message for correction. I've got the correction.
And then don't worry. If I drop a message for you to do a correction, when you make the correction, just leave a comment. Just say maybe done or something, so that I'll know you've done the correction. That's all. You don't need to remind me. Once I log in, I'm going to see it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So any other questions? Does anybody have any other
Yes,
questions?
ma. I have a question. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay,
Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you.
Okay, the question you said in the offline promotional plan that we should put in our Bitcoin wallet ID.
You said what?
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Hello? You said in the
I can hear you.
you said in the offline promotional plan that we should include our Bitcoin wallet ID. So my question here is, what are people who are not using Bitcoin?
Is what?
I said, what of people who are not using Bitcoin? How do they get the ID to input on the offline promotional plan?
That's the idea. The idea is to expose you to Bitcoin, to the use of Bitcoin. I'll drop the process on how to create a Bitcoin wallet address on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, so can you hear me? I have a question. Hello?
Any other questions? Since there's none, I think dead. Okay, so I think that's all for the night. So as I told you guys earlier, I'm going to drop your
I have a question.
Okay, so thank you all for coming out tonight. Meeting is going to be tomorrow by 8 as well. Thank you for coming. Since you guys don't have any other questions, I think that'll be all for tonight. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.